heart and then math.org it's a company that is really examining this vibrational energy of the heart and mathematically looking at its impact on the total body. And then looking at techniques like meditation and guided imagery on shifting the vibrational energy. And we have this vibration, and that's when I was saying to you, if you have energy suckers, our heart rate can be measured 6 feet out from our body with sophisticated machines. And in fact, the Dalai Lama, you can measure his vibration 1 mile away, is what I'm told, because of the incredible energy that he gives out, heart energy he gives out. So we have this electric energy that's broadcast. So emotions are energy in motion. So had I chosen anger, why did this happen to me? Resentment, frustration, that's not going to do me much good. I'm trying to heal this part of my body. So finding a way to move into gratitude, appreciation, caring, love, openness, forgiveness of myself, instead of saying, how did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? Saying, okay, Karen, things happen. Let's move on. Let's not dwell on what you can't change right now. Very important process. And you can actually measure the rhythms of coherence. That's what HeartMath does. And if you're interested in this, I highly recommend you go to HeartMath. And there is a website. This is another one from HeartMath. Globalcoherence.org, glcoherence.org, where this same company, HeartMath, is working globally with the belief the more of us that open to this compassion and love, the more of us. We get to this tipping point where we start to shift the vibrational energy of the planet. And they are doing amazing work. They have conference calls. It's all free. If you're interested in finding out more about this, the Global Coherence Project. All living things are interconnected and we communicate with each other via biological and electromagnetic fields. Same group, HeartMath, who does glcoherence.org. Anybody heard of that group or doing work with them? Wonderful. Oh, and then of course, love, talking about love, sometimes it's hard to find people that we can be totally open and loving with. So animals. This is one of my 2 dogs. And this was at Halloween where for 1 second he left that hat on. It's not like he just sat there. It's a Shih Tzu, in case you're wondering. A little Shih Tzu with an attitude for sure. And animals can be such loving, loving creatures. And indulge me because I'm going to read to you. I think I did this at the women's conference because it's one of my favorite little sayings. Animals talk about unconditional love. I think they're way better at it than humans. And these, you might have heard of these, but it's fun to hear them again. Tips we can learn from a dog. Never pass up the opportunity for a joyride. Allow the experience of fresh air and the wind in your face to be pure ecstasy. When loved ones come home, always run to greet them. Anyone else got a Shih Tzu? Goes crazy when they get home? Oh, yeah. They love it when I come home. Let others know when they've invaded your territory. When it's in your best interest, practice obedience. I don't know. I'm still working on that one. Take naps and stretch before rising. Run, romp, and play daily. Eat with gusto and enthusiasm. Be loyal. Never pretend to be something you're not. If what you want lies buried, dig until you find it. When someone is having a bad day, be silent, sit close by, and nuzzle them gently. Thrive on attention and let people touch you. Avoid biting when a simple growl will do. When you're happy, dance around and wag your entire body. And no matter how often you are scolded, don't buy into that guilt thing and pout. Run right back and make friends. My little dogs, sometimes I don't see them down there. You know, I'm around the house and I shred on their tail. They go, oh! It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And they forgive me straight away. It's like, oh, the power of forgiveness. So animals, they just love animals. Number 5, 5th chakra, color blue, thyroid gland, TMJ, salivary glands. Words matter. The power of speaking your truth in the world versus just holding it in and I better not say that because someone said I shouldn't say that or good girls don't or whatever it is. Words matter. that book, The Four Agreements, love that book. Love that book. One of the agreements is be impeccable with your word. Our words have energy. They are the spoken way that we represent what's inside of us. And words matter. Some of the questions are, do you express yourself honestly or do you hold it in? And then it's like, get a lump in your throat. What's that thyroid gland there? Those little nodules, lumps in your throat. And it's rampant thyroid disease in this country, especially in women, underactive thyroid glands. What is your definition of strong-willed? So right here, be impeccable with your word. The color blue. And then 6, the 6th chakra here is between the eyes, the 6th sense. And this is the true 6th sense. This is your gut intuition. It's like, yeah, I feel it. This is when you just know. Like, no necessarily tangible feeling in the body. You just know. And what I've experienced with this intuition is the more I practice it, the more it comes to me. And Mona Lisa Schultz wrote a great book called, oh, what was that? It's like a cricket. Awakening. Cricket's in the room.
Chakra's opening.
Chakra's opening. Awakening intuition. And she says we all have intuition, just for some of us it's been put to sleep. And so there's a way to practice and awaken that knowing right up here, the 6th sense. And that things are neither good nor bad, but thinking makes them so. So our judgments about things lie in here too, about that black and white, good or bad, right or wrong. And our belief in intuition, trusting it, and it'll come to you. I find I have certain times that I'm more intuitive. One is the shower. There's something about I get ideas. And one is when I first wake up in the morning. If I'm like thinking about a title of a book or a talk I'm going to do, or just wondering, I'm working on a website now and I'm just not sure, because my conscious mind is not the place I want to go for answers. I want to go to that deep inner place. First thing in the morning is like, boop, there it is. And the guy that wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, or Chicken Soup books, he had no idea what the titles were. And one night he woke up and this idea came, Chicken Soup for the Soul. And Mark Victor Hansen, and he said, crazy title. And he could have said, crazy title, and shut it down. But he didn't. He listened to his intuition and bingo, it obviously worked. So there are certain times that are outside of our conscious realm that we tend to be more intuitive, and you'll know when they are. And being optimistic in this attitude here and living a life of hopefulness and in this positive realm. When you hang out in this higher metaphysical realm, you see possibilities outside of the black and white. And that is a really good place to hang out. Because then when stuff happens, like, oh, okay, there's something bigger and better for me. You go straight to it. It's a really good place to live. And the way we think, especially about our health, changes our health. Optimists live longer. I'm sure you've seen the research about that. Stronger immune systems, better health habits, so fewer illnesses. And number 7, right here. You know when you're a baby and you have a fontanelle and it's open, and then it closes up. This is the source. This is the connection to the source, the 7th chakra, the color purple. And this is the message of the whole movie, which is we've got it in us all the time. Nothing I've said tonight is something you don't already have. But perhaps like those 3D images in, you know, those books that are like you've got to stare at, and then all of a sudden, ooh, it comes to life. If you don't know it's there, if no one told you the 3D image was in there, you wouldn't have access to it. I've told you now what you have access to. And to be able to work, whether you use color, whether you use music, whether you use dance, whether you use meditation, whatever it is, to open up your energy centers to find your way home, which is to health and empowerment like you've never experienced before. And doctors, we're not trained in this, so this is a field that can be blended beautifully with Western medicine, and you can be in charge of your own health. So let go and let flow, live in awe and beauty and reverence. I have this, when I'm driving often, I repeat to myself, it's like today is going to be a great day.